welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be back here with you guys today. So today I want to share with you guys a story about my adoption. It's a really crazy story. Every time I tell it to people, they're like, oh my word. I decided that I would like to share it with you guys because I would like to not only share hair videos and all that good stuff, but as well as content that I really love sharing, which is stories that, you know, could hopefully help someone or that people can relate to. So without further ado, why don't we get into this adoption story so you guys can hear all the craziness. Boop, 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 boop. And let's go. All right, so I was adopted when I was 5 days old, and so I don't know how to I don't know how to start an adoption story. So my birth mother, her name, who I won't name in this video just because I know there's a lot of people who know her who may be watching this, and I don't want to insult anyone, but my birth mother is was, and I'm not sure about today, but was addicted to crack. And I used to call her a crackhead, but I'm trying to be sensitive in this video, but the truth is, I'm like, ooh, she a crackhead. But that's besides the point. So when she was pregnant with me, she was doing crack throughout the entire pregnancy, and potentially other drugs, I don't know, but definitely crack. So like when I was born, I happened to be addicted to crack too. That's why I'm addicted to things now, but not drugs. So yeah, so my birth mother had me, and this is a really crazy story. So my birth mother was shooting up crack on her porch, and she was so high onto drugs that she had me early. She had me early on her porch with the person that she was shooting up crack with. The person that she was shooting up crack with, her name was Daisy. So she gave birth to me on her porch, but she wasn't able to cut the umbilical cord or anything like that because she was so high on drugs, she wasn't thinking. So the woman that she was shooting up crack with, you know, her crack co-partner, I don't know, they called 911. 911 came and got me, and that's when they obviously seen the scene. Like, they were like, okay, so this woman is clearly on drugs, and which makes her child also addicted to drugs. So I was a crack baby. Not no more, but I was. So I was also addicted to drugs. So they cut the umbilical cord, and they took all of us to the hospital. My biological mother was not allowed to hold me or anything. As soon as they took me to the hospital, I went straight to the detox room, and I got detoxed, as well as I was born a month and a half early. So I was extremely underweight, and so I needed to be in an incubator, and they had to incubate me. So they wanted to make sure that I was nice and healthy, as well as I was extremely addicted to crack as well. In a detox program, so I was withdrawing. My biological mother was still high as heck on drugs, so I don't know if she was withdrawing or not. I don't know what she was doing. So I was withdrawing from those drugs, and so I would have seizures at night because I was so addicted to drugs. My biological mother could not have me. The state would not allow her to have me, so I automatically became, as soon as I was born, ward of the state. And a ward of the state means like you don't have any parents, and the state essentially owns you. So I don't know who my biological father is still to this day, and I never knew him. I know who my biological mother is, and that's a really crazy story, and I'll get to that later. So I was automatically a ward to the state. So how I got my name Daisy is because my biological mother, the woman who she was shooting up crack with, her name was Daisy, so she gave me that name, and it just happens to work, so I'm not mad at it. And then I have my last name Daisy, and my first name is Daisy, and then my last name is Mendoza. And since my biological mother didn't know who my father was, she gave me the last name of my grandfather's cheating boyfriend. I hate myself, but this is like a freaking true story. So that's how I got Daisy Mendoza, from the woman my birth mother was shooting up crack with, and I got my last name from my grandmother's cheating boyfriend, and that's how you get Daisy Mendoza. Okay, so after that, they were like, you're unable to have your daughter. You can't take her home with you, obviously, and you can either be in jail or you have to go through a detox program. I don't know what she did. I think that she just left the hospital early, and then I was just there by myself. So how I became adopted was, now this is where it gets complicated, so try to follow along. My father who adopted me, his sister is his biological sister. So their brother and sister. So he's actually my biological uncle, but he adopted me. So he came to the hospital to check on his sister as well as the baby, because he heard the situation and the situation was so crazy, and he was just like, oh my word, like let me go to the hospital and check. So he went to go visit his sister, and the doctors told him, like, unfortunately your sister won't be able to take this child home. The child is addicted to crack, and the child is having seizures, and crackhead, I was a crackhead. Your sister isn't gonna have any custody of this child, and the child is now the ward of the state. So then my dad was like, I can only imagine, ay Dios mío, you know, that's something he's saying like that. So then he goes to visit me, and he finds me in the incubator, and he's like allowed to touch me through the incubation, and he picks me up, and he always says this, and you fit. My dad has a very strong Spanish accent, so this is not his accent at all, but here it is. And you fit into the palm of my hand, and that's when I knew that I wanted you to be my daughter and to be my child. So then he went back home and told his wife at the time, and they already had 2 kids, but the doctor said that they weren't able to have another child because his wife couldn't get pregnant, and they really wanted a girl. So then my dad was like, we should adopt her, she's so cute and so frail, and she really needs a home, because otherwise I would have been in foster care, and who knows where my life would have ended up. So then my aunt and my biological uncle, who now turned my mother and father, decided to adopt me when I was 5 days old. 2 years later, after my biological mom had, I don't know if she sobered up or she really wanted me to come back and live with her. And the adoption wasn't completely finalized. We had an open adoption, meaning where if she did sober up, that she would be able to come and take me, you know, to come live with her if she were to get healthy. But she never got healthy, and then she wanted me back for food stamps. That's what my dad says. She wanted me for food stamps, so my parents had to fight in court to make sure that they got me, and they were like, well, we weren't babysitting this girl for 2 years, we want her to be our daughter. So then eventually the court granted them complete and 100% custody over me. That's how they are my parents. And if I wasn't adopted, my life would be completely different. I am very strong-willed because I know my living situation wasn't the best, but I can't imagine what it would have been like growing up in a home where my mother was in and out of jail, addicted to drugs. I didn't know, still don't know who my father is. And so I can't imagine what it would be like to live that way. I don't really know my biological mom well. We don't have any type of relationship. I know her as my aunt. But that's literally the extent of our relationship. There is, like, in my opinion, no love lost there and no love found either. Yeah, so that's my adoption story, and I would love to follow up with you guys to tell you how I found out I was adopted and how I found out that my biological my father is actually really my uncle, and my aunt is really my mother. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this story interesting, and I hope you were able to follow along with my crazy story. And before you leave, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, more hair videos, and a lot more of me telling you guys stuff. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.